The Journey 2050 program investigates the overarching question: how will we sustainably feed nearly 10 billion people by the year 2050? The entire Journey 2050 program includes 7 lessons, as well as different levels of the Journey 2050 game. Each lesson has an associated game. The Journey 2050 game is a farming simulation. You will virtually farm in Kenya, India, and then choose between farming in Canada or the United States. This is the self-guided Journey 2050 experience, which means that you as the student can go through it by yourself if you have all of the materials. What you will need is the self-guided experience handout for each lesson. This handout is designed to be used either digitally, where you can click on the hyperlinks, or you can print it and use the QR codes to access the videos. You will also need internet access to play the game online, or a device such as a phone, tablet, or iPad. With no further ado, let's get started with Lesson 1. In this lesson, you're going to be discovering what sustainable agriculture is and how it is critical to securing a stable food supply and future for a growing population. To get started, let's see if you can really grasp the quantities of 1,000,000 and 1,000,000,000. When we use these numbers, we're talking about the population of the world, which is tied to sustainability. So let's use this scenario. If I spend $1,000 every day, how many days would it take to spend $1 million? It would take 1,000 days. So if I spent $1,000 every day, 1,000 days later, I will have spent $1 million. That's also 2.7 years. How about 1,000,000,000? If I spend $1,000 every day, how many days would it take for me to spend $1 billion? It would take 1,000,000 days, or 2,740 years. Wow, that is a long time. A lot of days and a lot of dollars to add up to $1 billion. Hopefully this is kind of helping you see what a large number a billion is. Now that you have some context for what a large number a billion is, I want you to think about what the current world population is. Do you know? The world's current population is over 8 billion. What is the world population projected to be in 2050? Nearly 10 billion. This brings us to the end of step 1 on your handouts. What you're going to do now is pause this video, and then you're going to do step 2, 3, and 4. There's a short video clip you're going to watch along with a couple questions to answer on your handout. When you've finished step 4, click play again and we'll keep going. Okay, this starts the beginning of step 5 on your handout. You've just watched some videos about population growth, and you've seen an introduction to sustainable agriculture with the Journey 2050 video. So now I want to talk a little bit about why 2050. Why is this a year that's remarkable or memorable looking forward? So on your handout, there's 2 questions that I want you to do a little bit of math for. So the first one, how many years until the year 2050? And then the second one, how old will you be in 2050? So take a second and do the math for those. Okay, now that you've done a little bit of math, you'll be able to know how old you will be in 2050, and be able to see where you will be or might be in life when there is nearly 2 billion more people on the earth. What kind of changes could happen with a larger population on the Earth's surface? What will we need more of in order to feed 2 billion additional people? So you probably thought of food, but did you think of any other items that are part of our existence here on this planet? We would need more water, more homes and all of the resources that build them, more jobs, more medicine, and obviously more food. So there's a lot of things that we need in order to have 2 billion more people on the earth. So who provides these resources? Some of these resources come from natural resources from the earth. Water would be an example of that. But also realize that many of these come from agriculture. Agriculture provides our food, fiber, fuel, timber, medicines, and even byproducts that we use in our everyday life. So farmers use the natural resources we have on the earth to produce the things we use every day. Okay, so in order to feed 2 billion additional people in 2050, it is predicted that farmers will need to produce 60 to 70% more food than we currently produce today on the same amount of land or even less. So will this goal of sustainable agriculture be easy to accomplish? Will the pressure on farmers increase, decrease, or stay the same? Take a minute to think about that. 60 to 70% more food on the same amount of land or less. Will there be increased or decreased pressure on Earth's natural resources? So there is going to be an increase of pressure on Earth's natural resources. So the whole idea of sustainable agriculture is to use those resources so that they continue to be available for generations to come. So how are we going to do that while also producing 60 to 70% more food? This is the challenge that we're going to be trying to figure out. Do you remember the sustainability barrel that you were introduced to in the video from step 2? Each wooden slat of the barrel represents a factor influencing sustainable agricultural production. So for example, in order to be able to grow enough food to feed the world sustainably, we have to make sure that farmers are able to earn a profit, that communities have access to education and healthcare, and that the soil stays healthy so that we can produce those foods. All of these factors work together for our overall sustainability. They don't stand alone. So moving forward, as our population grows, we know that we need more food. Can a farmer take their same land, soil, seeds, water, and tractors and just double their crop from one year to the next? They can't. There's limitations. There's limitations on water, on available land, on soil nutrients, and many other resources that we can't just automatically make more available. It's important to remember one of the things that the sustainability barrel teaches us, and that is that there's 3 different categories of factors: economic, social, and environmental. None of these factors can stand in isolation. They all need each other, and that's what makes up the entire barrel. So when we're looking to be more sustainable, to set a foundation for sustainable practices, we have to look at the big picture. We have to look at the whole barrel. Remember that a community is only as successful as the least developed factor. So we need to continually try to improve the weakest one. So try to think to yourself, what are some examples of limiting factors? Here's another important principle from the video you watched in step 2, and that is the ripple effect. Can one single drop of water impact an entire body of water? Yes, even a small drop of water creates a ripple, and that ripple can spread very far. So let's look at an example. If a farmer harvests a successful crop, what ripples could this create? Looking at it from an economic perspective, financial investments are going to improve the local economy and provide more jobs. A social benefit is that there's going to be more opportunity to send children to school, to access medicines and other resources that are important. Another ripple effect could be both economic and environmental, and that would be that the farmer would earn enough money to invest in better farming technology. Farming technology tends to cost more money than higher technology costs more money, and usually better farming technology also is better for the environment. And last but not least is just simply that the farmer is providing our food supply. This wraps up step 5 on your handout, and we are ready to move on to step 6, which is to play level 1 of the Journey 2050 Sustainability Farming game. It's time for level 1 of the Sustainability Farming game. If you are playing this online, so using a laptop or a Chromebook, you're just going to click on the link and you're going to choose either Safari or Firefox as your web browser, and you're going to play round 1 of the game. If you have a tablet, an iPad, or a phone, you can go to either the Google Play Store or the App Store and search for the Journey 2050 Sustainability Farming game, and you can get the app there. So go ahead and find the way that you're going to play the game. Click pause on this video until you finish playing the game, and then come back for step 7. You should have just finished playing level 1 of the Journey 2050 farming game. Now that is finished, we're going to move on to step 7 on your handout. There's 3 questions that I want you to take a few minutes to answer. Pause the video if you need to. The first question is, after growing your first crop, did you invest some of your money to purchase additional land? Why or why not? The second question is, what was your limiting factor in your sustainability barrel, and what did this mean? And your last question, what were some of the ripple effects of your farming choices? So go ahead and take a few minutes, pause the video if you need, and answer those questions on your handout. This completes lesson 1 of the Journey 2050 self-guided experience. Up next is lesson 2 about soil nutrients.